So the last piece I wanted to share with you was really just some creative ways that you can think about starting to use socialist.io as you go about your normal work week. So think about maybe ways that you couldn't use LinkedIn Recruiter and all the filters, right? Or how if you're using another tool, if you're using Indeed, things that you couldn't get as precise about, you can really start to explore with social lists. So for instance, in this Zoom info agent, I typed in the title controller, I typed in a country, and instead of putting anything else, I said, find me any profiles that have at yahoo.com. Right. So I'm hoping to say find email addresses, right? So here we see an actual email address here. You may have a couple of false positives, but that's just one way to start thinking about it. Another email address here. Another way that I've toyed around with it, played around with it, was a meetup agent saying, find me anybody in San Francisco in any meetup that has their actual Gmail address listed on their profile. And you have ASL Gibson at Gmail. You see a lot of people may not be using the at symbol, right? So that can give me another idea of how I'm going to copy that, how I can use that field. Let me actually do that because that's a really great great approach to take. So so let's say it's San Francisco and they have the phrase at Gmail. And there you have another way that I've used a Google Plus agent was to look for people at Google who actually have their at Google email address listed. I tend to use Google Plus to look for Google engineers because a lot of Google engineers are on that platform. So let's say we look for a tagline that just says software in it. And the email domain, which is great, could be Gmail. And let's see if we find anything that way. Yeah, we did. Wow. Okay. So I still see software engineer. There's this actual gmail.com. So yeah, think about the ways that you can actually try to get more bang for your buck and use this tool, another gmail.com here. Of course, I didn't specify a location. So if I wanted to get very precise, I could say San Francisco, maybe shorten my list up. Now, I don't think that Socialist shows you how many you get, like in terms of a number, but here we can see there's only 3, right? But you can also extend that search if you said people that don't work at Google, but that have Gmail as an email domain are saying something about software in their tagline and they're in the city of San Francisco. So if you ever get too narrow of a search, it's not really, I don't think it's worth exporting 3 names unless your search is just that, dire. But you can, kind of play around with it. And then when you see that you have at least a full page worth, then you can go ahead and export the list from there. I also wanted to share this bonus with you. It's the Boolean Strings Google custom search engine page where the Boolean Strings team has actually already put together a couple of custom engines for you. So if you don't necessarily want to try the list generation yet and you want to just check out how Google custom search engines work, go ahead and hop in. You can hop in any one of these and find people like this is a LinkedIn custom search engine by country. And basically it'll X-ray LinkedIn public profiles, offers some refinements by countries. There's some examples. So again, this is the same kind of premise, right? Certified accountants, and you can choose a tab in Canada. What is this? España? I don't know. Yeah, España. So yeah, I mean, there's some really cool Google custom search engines that Irina and her team have really built out. So if you need to start there and kind of play around with it, see how it works for you. And then once you get hooked and addicted to that, which I know you will, then you can hop on over to Socialist and visit socialist.io. Click on this button, sign up, get a free trial. I believe it's a 2-day trial. So pick a 2-day window when you know you'll have some time to get in there and play around. Get your free trial. And if you decide to buy the product, it's actually really affordable. It's about $49 a month, if I'm not mistaken. So this is one of those products I would actually pay out of pocket for. This one, Evernote, probably Text Expander. They're just tools that I cannot and will not do without. And let me tell you, in the past 3 months since I've been using Socialist, And when LinkedIn has gone down, like for their 18 minutes of data refreshing that they'll do in the middle of the day, this has come in handy, because instead of me being at a standstill and like, well, what do I want to do now? Because LinkedIn's down and I don't feel like going to do, deep webs hunting. I can just hop in social lists. So this is a really, really nice save. And the fun part for me is that when I compared it to what I could actually find in LinkedIn, I was actually finding unique profiles that I hadn't seen on LinkedIn through the Socialist custom search engine. So that was really exciting to me. You can also go to the socialist.io site and click on demo. And there's a very cool video from David Galley, who works at Brain Gain, and he's also walking you through, and he may hit some points that I've forgotten to mention. So check that out. Would love to hear your thoughts on it, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.